ultimately the career path that I chose. And as I think about the challenges that Insight faces today, and that really El Paso community faces today, I think about my own history and think to myself, you know, when I was here, the Olivas were playing over by the zoo at the time. You guys remember that? At the stadium over there? But when I think about what it really meant to me growing up, it was less about the baseball games that I went to, which, by the way, were a lot of fun, but it was more about the science fairs that I participated in when I was in school. Being exposed to science at an early age, like they do here at Insight, to expose our children and the community to the value of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics plays a huge role in the child's development, as well as in the future, the career that they're going to choose in the future. Technology is the future. It always has been. It always will be. And so I strongly encourage us to, as a community, remember that place where science, technology, engineering, mathematics has in our society, and make sure that we have room for it, as well as all the other fun things that there are to do in life. I strongly encourage the community to continue to support the folks here at Insight that bring science to the practical level for the children to actually put hands on. And every time I come back to El Paso, I bring my kids here. My kids love it. Insight. They have 5 at home. They love the hands-on interaction that they get here at Insight, and we want to see this to continue. We don't need to have a gap at Insight. We need to keep that science, technology, engineering, mathematics accessible to our young children. So I thought instead of yakking away up here, I know we have, you guys might have some questions. So before there's a special book I want to share with you that was an inspiration for me growing up. So I thought we'd take a few minutes out to do some questions and answers. So I'll ask y'all, do you want to do some questions and answers first?
Sure, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do any of you kids have questions for Danny? Raise your hand if you have a question.
Anybody have any questions? Yes, sir. What's that? Do I always feel energetic? I have 5 kids at home. I better feel energetic. Otherwise, I won't be able to keep up. Any other questions? Yes, sir. How is it in space? Well, when you go into space, people think that there's no gravity. But in reality, there's gravity. Because you're not very far away from the Earth. You're only 200 miles up when you're in the space station. The reason you can see the astronauts float around, it's like when you get on the Bandido at Western Playland. Okay, is that a little bit better? You guys hear me better that way? What's better, with or without? With? Okay. So when you go into space, what you're really doing is you're falling back to Earth. So you think about it. If you took a rock, and you threw the rock up into the air, the rock's going to go up, and it's going to come back down. All that you're doing when you take a rocket into space is you're throwing the rock as hard as you possibly can and as fast as you can, so as you start coming down, you're coming down around the Earth. So you're constantly falling around the Earth. And for that reason, at 200 miles above the surface of the Earth, you have to be going about 25 times the speed of sound. That's 17,500 miles an hour. That's as fast as the space shuttle used to go in order to keep the astronauts up to where they were. And what do you feel like when you're in space? Well, just like when you're coming down the very first jet in El Bandido, where you feel the stomach go up into your chest, it feels just like that. Your arms go up and everything feels really light. But on the ride, you get down to the bottom and you feel real heavy at the bottom. In space, you never feel that. You just feel light and you stay like that. And everything is floating around. It's a really wonderful experience. Any other questions? Yes, sir. What motivated me to be an astronaut? Looking up at the sky. When I was a kid out here in El Paso, I grew up on the east side of town, and my parents still live there today, and we used to use the telescope at night to look at the stars. And my dad is right here. Where's my dad and my mom? They're here. Where are they at? My mom and dad. Oh, they're in the bathroom there. So my mom, Cousin Olivas, and Juan Olivas are here today. My dad used to take me on top of the roof, and we used to use a telescope
to look at the moon. And at the time, we were flying spaceships to the moon, the Apollo missions. And it just blew my mind that we were putting human beings on the moon. I thought that was really neat. That's something I wanted to do. You know how old I was? I was 7 years old when I decided I wanted to become an astronaut. There's another question over here?
How painful was it when you were going up?
How painful was it when you're going up? Well, in order to go 25 times the speed of sound, you have to go really fast. So it's a little bit faster than trying to get on the freeway over here on I-10. Okay? So what happens is when you first launch from the launch pad, what you would feel is you'd feel the rumbling, and you would feel the vibration. You could actually hear the rocket motors going off. And as you got higher and higher, you didn't really feel anything but the vibration. But when those white candlestick solid rocket boosters, the rockets would fall off, immediately, for just a brief second, you would go faster than the space shuttle. And then the space shuttle would catch up with you and push you into the seat. And I told my kids that it felt like, sort of feel like I had like a little baby monkey jumping on my chest. And then as it got going faster and faster, the baby monkey became like a chimpanzee. And then it became an orangutan. And then it became a giant gorilla. And by the time you're going as fast as you need to be in order to be able to achieve orbital velocities, you're going 3 times gravity. So I weigh about 200 pounds, which means that in my feet, it felt like I weighed 600 pounds. It was really hard to move. It was hard to breathe. Because even just your chest, your whole chest weighs 3 times what it normally does. And just to take a deep breath was really, really hard. But then once the main engine's cut off, and you started falling around the earth, you were in space and everything was floating. And it was beautiful. Yes, ma'am? What do I think the future of the space program is? A really good friend of mine from Russia had this saying about space. He said to me, Daddy, because at the time this was during the space shuttle, the space station program, where we weren't really sure if we were going to have enough funding to complete it, and there was a lot of questions about what was going to happen. He said to me, he says, Sonny, don't worry about the future of space exploration. And that's space exploration. No matter what you think space is going to be like today, tomorrow it's going to be something different. And that's the truth. Right now, there's a lot of uncertainty in space exploration, but by the very nature of exploration, it is uncertain. We as human beings are very curious creatures. We are constantly thirsting for knowledge and for truth. And that curiosity will drive us to continue to explore space. And it's going to look different than what we think it looks like, what it's going to look like today. But I guarantee you, so long as we can keep these children inspired, so long as we can keep them looking skyward, they will drive that curiosity, they will drive the future of exploration, and they will guarantee that which we started, going to the moon, flying around the Earth in the space shuttle, building the International Space Station, that endeavor will continue as a human endeavor. And that's what gives me hope, that's what keeps me excited. And I thought along the same way that there's a book that I wanted to take some time to read. Is anyone familiar with this book? The Dr. Seuss book? It's a book called All the Places You'll Go. So if you guys are okay with this, would you mind if I read this for us real quick? That's okay? No. Children, sit down on the floor. There's some children to sit down. If all the children want to come to the front and sit here on the floor, please, that way all children can listen. All the smaller kids, please come to the front. You got some kids right here. Alright guys, if you guys have never seen this book, before, you're going to love this book. Okay, and Tony's going to help me out here, okay? Alright, here we go. This is a book by Dr. Seuss, and this is one of my favorite ones growing up. They used to reach at the bottom all the time. All the places you'll go. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off on the way. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know. And you are the guy or gal who know where to go. You'll look up and down streets, you'll look them over with care. About some you'll say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there, in the wide open air. Out there things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footly as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't sue. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who'll soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole game and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you'll top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and chances are then you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. You'll come to a place where the streets are not marked, some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right? Or right in 3/4, or maybe not quite? Or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find, for a mind maker upper to make up their mind. You can get so confused that you'll start into race down long little roads at a breaknecking pace and grind on for miles across weirdest wild space, headed for, I fear, toward a most useless place. The waiting place. For people just waiting. Waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or a train to, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or a no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, waiting for the wind to fly a kite, waiting around for a Friday night, or waiting for, perhaps, for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape, either waiting in Spain. You'll find the right places where boom there's a plane. With banners with flapping once more, you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of kid. Oh, the places you'll go, there's fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. And the magical thing you can do with that ball will make you the winner of all. Fame. You'll be famous, as famous can be. with the whole wide world watching you win on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lone against you. Games you can't win because you'll play against you. All alone, whether you like it or not, all alone is something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your head. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go through the hacking crack howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far. And face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get mixed up with sports, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget, be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And you will succeed. Yes, you will, indeed. 98.75% guarantee. Kids, you'll move mountains. So, be your name, Fossum, or Bixby or Bray, or Mordecai Allies, Van Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. The mountain is waiting. So, get on your way. Dr. Seuss. So for the kids, I used to read that book all the time at home. I used to check it out of the library, and I would read it, and you know what? I read it all the way till I became an adult. And even today, I still read it. Because I want to continue to push myself to do more and to do better. And just like the book says, if you're willing to be brave, if you're willing to push yourself hard, 98.75% guarantee you're going to be successful. So again, I encourage you to work hard, enjoy insight, enjoy science and technology and engineering and even math, and I promise you, you will go far. So I guess it's getting a little warm here, so I thought maybe we'll take some time out and sign one of us. Yeah. All right, good deal. Thank you guys very much for coming out.